I really thought that was going to make noise. Nope. Anyways, guys, I'm Mike. This is Lunch Money Comics, and I can't believe I'm saying this. This channel is a year old. It seems like just yesterday I started this channel sort of on a whim, and here we are a year later. I guess time really does fly when you're having fun. But more so than that, guys, I just recently hit 9,000 subscribers. I've said it every time I've hit a milestone on my channel, guys, whether it was 5,000 subscribers, which seemed like it was just a few months ago, or even down to like 100 subscribers. I can't believe anyone not only watches my channel, but have engaged with me and leave me comments and look forward to watching the next video and have given me great feedback. I started this channel because I didn't have anyone to talk about comic books with. You know, all my friends, they're into other nerdy things, but not comic books like I am. So I was watching a lot of YouTube, and I love all those comic book YouTubers out there. They're fantastic, but they were collecting comic books that were more expensive than what I'm used to. I grew up with very little means. I didn't have much money as a kid. I used to scrounge my money together from the lunch money I didn't spend. That's where I got the name. And I would buy at the end of the week 1 or 2 comic books, and that was all I could afford. And even though I'm an adult and have disposable income, I still largely collected the same. So I didn't really see anyone on YouTube, you know, sort of like buying comic books cheap. It was always expensive books and keys and things like that. So what happens in that case when you're not seeing what you want to see? Well, you make the thing you want to see, right? You create the channel that you want to watch. And that's what I decided to do. After a summer of, you know, finding really good comic books really cheap, I said, you know what? Some people might want to watch this. If I made a YouTube channel, hey, even if no one watches it, at least I scratch that itch of talking about this, right? Talking into the ether to no one about comic books. So, the first couple videos I made, no one was supposed to see. They were kind of like pilots, right? They were like test footage to see if I could even do this. I'm a very busy guy. You know, I have a real job, lots of extracurriculars beyond comic books. I'm a dad. So, you know, one of the prerequisites I had is if I'm going to do this channel, it has to be done quickly. So what I did was I went to a nearby indoor flea market near my town, found some comic books. Didn't matter which comic books. Again, it was just test footage. Came back here, did this little bit, and then edited it. And I said if I could do it in less than 2 hours, I'll make a channel. And that's what I did. That first video I made in less than 2 hours, and it wasn't good. I didn't really care if it was good. I wasn't ever going to post it. I did another one with my son just because he thought it'd be fun to do it with me. And then when I went to actually like make the channel, I said, you know what? No one's going to watch anyways. I'm just going to post those just to learn how to like upload videos and things like that. No one's going to care. And very infamously, I've told this on my channel in the past, my wife wasn't thrilled about my son being on YouTube quite yet, you know, being out there for the internet to see. And I told her, don't worry, honey, no one's going to watch this. I was wrong. A few episodes later, I got a huge shout out from Alex the Comic Hoarder, an awesome YouTuber that I was watching a lot. I was blown away that he watched my that video. And the rest is history. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I was doing right or wrong or anything. Broke the algorithm, whatever it may be. People started watching, and I realized, like, yeah, I guess there is a market for this sort of thing, and I'll just keep doing it. I was having a fun time, and I sort of like expanded my collecting. It wasn't just flea markets and yard sales. I started to go into more comic book shows, which I didn't go to very often. And then, you know, you start meeting people, and you start having a good rapport with these, you know, vendors, and you start doing trades, and then before you know it, you start getting in better and better books. And then, I told you guys I don't buy expensive books. Look what's behind me. A lot of the really expensive books that have come since the beginning of this channel. Books I never thought I'd own. Honestly, it's a little out of my comfort zone for, you know, Lunch Money Comics. But I tell you guys, this channel has changed my life. And it's not because of those comic books at all. It's because of all of you. I have met so many amazing people through this channel. People who, you know, respond down in the comments. People who hit me up on Instagram. And people I've met in real life. People, you know, from the YouTube community that I am like friends with, like lifelong friends with, you know, they send me text messages all the time. We share comic books. I'm no longer talking about comic books to nobody. I'm talking to individuals that I can sincerely call friends. And that's why I say this truthfully, from the bottom of my heart. This has changed my life for the better. It's one of the best decisions I ever made, and I want to say thank you to every single person who has watched my channel, subscribed to my channel, just said hi to me at a comic convention or at a flea market. It really has blown me away. It's humbled me to my core, and I just want to say thank you to you guys. And I wish I could meet every single person who watches my videos, shake their hand, have a beer with you, give you a comic book. But I can do the next best thing. I can give some comic books to some of you. So what I have, guys, is I have 4 different giveaways today. One for 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, and 9,000 subscribers. I haven't done any giveaways since 5,000 subscribers, which was seemed like it was only a few months ago. I can't keep up with you guys. So I have 4 different groups of comic books that I'm giving away to 4 of you lucky viewers / subscribers. I'm really excited. But before I show you all these cool comic books and give them away and tell you how to win them, I got something in the mail. I talked about how amazing this comic book community is and how great the comic book YouTubing community is. Well, I've met some fantastic people that I've become fast friends with, including Brandon from Mon Comics. Now, Brandon started watching my channel right when I started off, and through that channel learned about Jeff from Comic Spa, another person I've become real life friends with. And Brandon was sort of inspired to start his own channel. He got my contact information. He reached out, we talked, and yeah, he ended up starting his channel, Mon Comics. And as soon as I saw him, guys, I knew him. Like, he's got it. You know, he's got the screen presence, he's got the voice, he's gonna do just fine, and he has a fantastic channel. And we become really good friends. We talk all the time, and he knew my 1-year anniversary was coming up. So just today, I got in the mail a huge box with instructions from Brandon saying, do not open this until my 1-year anniversary. Well, it's working out perfectly that I got it just now. He told me I can open it right here on camera. I have no idea what's in there. I just know he collaborated and colluded with some other people, including Jeff from Comic Spa. So I'm gonna open this thing up right now, guys, and let's see what I got. All right, let me take this stupid thing off first. Enough of that silliness. All right. I have no idea what's in here. I think Brandon, all he told me was, again, he asked around. He got stuff that he thought would be nostalgic for me. So my guess is it has to do with some stuff from the 80s or 90s. Because that's when I primarily collected as a kid. Okay. Lots of bubble wrap. Ooh. Okay, let me read this letter that was in here first. Hopefully Brandon doesn't mind. If it's too personal, I'll edit it out. Mike, hey man, hope all is well. Please excuse the informality of a typed letter as opposed to a handwritten one. Love it. I have a doctor's handwriting without the degree, and I wanted you to be able to fully understand how proud I am, as well as many others are of your accomplishments. It's kind of crazy to believe that you've been on YouTube for a year now. In that year, you've amassed almost 9,000 followers, inspired people to start their own YouTube channels like myself, and of course found many great comics in strange and unusual places. I was drawn to your channel by not only your awesome comic hunt videos, but your kindness and honesty. Many channels I have found since beginning to collect again were either speculators, books of the week, etc. And that's fine, but you were collecting what you liked without a lot of noise and always a smile on your face. Over time, I started using Jeff from Comic Spa, and I couldn't have been happier with the results and the new friend I had made. He is a wealth of knowledge and an all-around great guy. I agree. Then I finally got to connect with you, and our friendship has meant so much to me since. So this box is a congratulations on your success you've achieved in just 1 year, and also to celebrate all the hard work that goes into creating great content for all of us fans to watch. It is a lot of hard work. And by the way, it takes me much longer than 2 hours to make videos now. It's also a thank you for being a great human, always helpful to me and ready to talk comics, and being honest with everyone on your path brings you across. You are truly a great role model for your kids, as well as many folks out there watching your videos. Man, I don't know if I could put this on air. I hope this box hits you with a huge dose of nostalgia. Keep up the great work. I can't wait to eventually meet and hunt with you in person. Enough said, Brandon, aka Mon Comics. I promised I wasn't gonna cry. All right. Oh my goodness, there's so much stuff in here, guys. All right, they're numbered. Number one. Okay, and they all have a letter too. These are chapters? Oh my goodness, Brandon. Chapter 1, the cards. A connection you, myself, and so many others have are Marvel cards. They were the catalyst into comics for many of us. Like you, I spent so much time looking at the art, reading the stats, then eventually getting their comics. Although it's expensive to find those packs and open them to obtain the doorway back to our childhood, please accept these instead. A little birdie told me that you currently have hologram number 5 from Series 2 Marvel cards, which is Fantastic Four vs. Mole Man, which is true. I know that set was your favorite because of the stats on the back. I have sent the remaining 4 holograms to complete your set. No way! Spidey, Hulk, Punisher, and Dr. Doom are now home to complete your collection. I know it can be hard to hunt various mediums when you're already into so much, so allow me to help you bring a little of your childhood home. Congrats on a truly complete set. Come on, Brandon! He did! Oh my goodness, look at that. Spider-Man, Hulk, Punisher, and Dr. Doom hologram cards from Series 2. That blows me away. I don't even care what's in the rest of the box. That's That's one of the best gifts I ever got. That is fantastic, Brandon. Man. Okay, that's just the first one. Let's see what else we got in here. All right, number 2. Wow, complete with another letter. So number 2. Chapter 2, The Toys. Once we got the cards and watched the cartoons, along came the toys. I was able to acquire these 2 pieces locally. The first is a 1994 X-Men collector card bonus pack, which includes Cyclops and Mr. Sinister. You saw the other collector pack that will be given away in the finale of hashtag Comic Book Shoutout stream in November. But I've also found this one, and even though it's in rough condition, I knew you had to have it. The figures are still perfect on the inside and take you right back to the cartoon. I've never seen these, but I know you'll give it a good home and maybe learn a little more. Oh yeah, there it is. We have a Cyclops and Mr. Sinister collector bonus pack, 2-pack. Wow, that's awesome. Love it. You guys see I have some other action figures back there. I'll have to find a good spot for this on the shelf. The next toy is a vintage, no way, 1984 Secret Wars Magneto. Even though he was opened up, it's easy to see he was likely never played with. I love these figures as a kid, but I always wish he had his cape. He does have all of his accessories, and being your favorite X-Men villain, I know he'll find a good place somewhere in one of your shelf, even without his cape. Enjoy these pieces of plastic from your childhood. Our childhood. No way. You never see these guys. Whenever I see these at flea markets, they're wicked expensive. Yep. Awesome. How cool is that? And Magneto, correction, Magneto is not my favorite villain. He's my favorite hero. He's a hero. He's done bad things, but he's a hero. Awesome. Thank you so much, Brandon. Wow. Yeah, that's super cool. All right, we have number 3. Chapter 3, The Books. All right. What would a celebratory package be without sending along some of the very things that have connected you, me, and so many others? So often I find myself staring at your wallet, admiring your amazing collection. Ditto, Brandon. So how does one pick some books to send to someone with a collection of that caliber? I knew it was not that good. I knew I had to go a little outside the box to come up with 3 books you probably don't have. The first is Batman 186. It sure is. From 1966, written by John Broome, cover art by Murphy Anderson and Ira Schnapp. I chose this book because I knew if you might be light on any books, they would be DC titles. You were absolutely correct. This cover has always cracked me up as it reminds me of the movie Inner Space from the 80s when the villains are shrunk down and are hilarious. I remember that. If you even see that movie, you can never go wrong with a good Joker cover anyways. Yep, absolutely agree. All right, book number 2 is Ms. Marvel number 21 from 1978, rated, of course, by Chris Claremont, my personal favorite. All right. And cover art by Dave Cockrum, who many know did Giant Size X-Men number 1, absolutely, as well as many other fantastic covers. And though you may already own a copy of this book, you may own a copy that is even more unique. If you turn the book around, you'll notice it says Dave Cockrum file copy, Cockrum Estate. There are a number of these books that are out there in the wild, and I happened upon this copy. You can Google and learn about Mr. Cockrum's file copies and see other ones that were made available. To think this was once Mr. Cockrum's personal file copy was wild to me, and it was a safe bet you couldn't possibly have a copy like this to enjoy. Come on! You were absolutely right. I don't even know about these. That is crazy. You have a Cockrum Rubenstein cover, and this came from his personal files. You guys see the back right there, the label? Get out of town. Wow, you're absolutely right, Brandon. I do not have that. That is crazy to me. All right, there's another one. Oh, goodness. It's a slab. Book number 3 has to be something really special. If I were to hope, you wouldn't have it. So I pulled out some stops. Think of this as a collaboration effort between Jeff and I. I procured this copy. Jeff worked his magic, and off to CGC it went to be signed by Mr. Claremont himself. Come on, guys. In your collection, you now own an Uncanny X-Men number 145 from 1981. Written and signed by Mr. Claremont himself. Come on. I gotta hold it up, guys. Wow. Yep. Probably my favorite Doctor Doom cover out there, and one I'm sure you appreciate too. I do. I know you already have some books signed by him, but I know there isn't a bigger fan of him out there, so you should have as many as one can obtain. I know this will be well loved for years to come. Come on, guys. Yeah, I mean, guys, this is what I'm talking about. this is why my channel is not about comic books anymore. It isn't. Despite what I'm holding in my hand, it's about the people I met. It's about this community and this awesome hobby that we share together. I've met just some incredible human beings. Brandon and Jeff, I am touched to the core here. That is really, really amazing. Thank you guys so much for this. You didn't have to do this. This is honestly too much. That's amazing. I don't know what to say. I'm going to give you guys a hug next time I see you guys. So, wow. I didn't think it was going to be this much in here. It's taken up a lot of time on my giveaway video. So enough about gifts for me, guys. Let's talk about some gifts for you guys. Listen, if you guys haven't been over to Mon Comics and Brandon, he is such a good human being and his content's fantastic. Go over there right now. Please like, comment, subscribe. Absolutely subscribe to him. He deserves all of the views and the accolades and the attention. And of course, check out Jeff from Comic Spa, the best cleaner presser of books I know. Yeah, and a stellar human being. I am very blessed to have met him and his family. Thank you guys so much. All right, let's get into the giveaway. So when I've done these giveaways in the past, I've shown the comic books first and then explained the rules how to win them after. But I'm going to do that in reverse today for obvious reasons. Like I said, there are 4 different prizes, one for 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, and 9,000 subscribers respectively. You can only win one of them, but you get to choose which one you want to try to win. Here's how it's going to work. So after you watch this video, make sure you're subscribed. I do check. You're going to go down to the comments and leave a comment. And you can write whatever you want. You can write, hi, or tell me your favorite comic book character, or tell me where you're from. I love that one, especially if you're outside the United States. Another very humbling thing for me is how many people watch this outside the English-speaking world. It's actually amazing. So yeah, let me know where you're from. Oh, and if you are outside the United States and you win, I will ship internationally. Whatever you write, you're going to put a different hashtag at the end of your comment indicating which prize you want to win. So if you want to win the 6,000 subscriber giveaway, you're going to write hashtag 6,000. 9,000, hashtag 9,000. And what's really cool about this is that some of these books are better than others. And you might have to use a little bit of strategy, right? So maybe everyone wants the 8,000 or 9,000 subscriber giveaway, but your odds are lower if that's the case. So maybe you want to hedge your bets and go for like the 6,000 or 7,000 subscriber giveaway. It'll be really interesting for me to see like which one of these prizes is the most popular. So yeah, a little bit of fun on your part too, a little bit of gamesmanship. But either way, 6 days from when this video comes out on Sunday, August 27th, 2023, I'm going to do a random comment picker to pick one winning comment, completely random, from each of those different hashtags. I'm going to post the 4 winners with the winning comment on that day. You're going to see a picture of me. You're going to know that these are the winners. I'm going to have you contact me only one of 2 ways, via Instagram on Lunch Money Comics IG or email at lunchmoneycomics@gmail.com. Those are the only 2 ways you can communicate with me. I have to say this, the obligatory warning, guys. Look out for scammers. They love to target YouTuber giveaways all the time. I do not use Telegram. I do not use emojis. It's usually pretty obvious when it's not me. If you're not sure, email me or hit me up on Instagram. If you're not sure, worst case scenario, it is a scammer. I can nip it in the bud, kick them off my channel. But just use common sense, guys. Use your best judgment. And that's it. I'll work out the shipping details with you privately, and I'll send the books to you completely 100% free. So let's get into it, starting with the 6,000 subscriber giveaway. This one I'm going to call the DC or the Alan Moore prize because, you know, I'm a Marvel guy. I make no secret of it. But there are people with lots of different tastes. I like to cater to everyone. So this first one is mostly DC and Alan Moore. And we're going to start with one that was donated to the channel right here. This is Batman The Killing Joke. This was donated to me by His and Her Comics in Greenfield, Massachusetts. Another huge friend of the channel. Another one of those people I've met over the last year that I've become friends with in the owner niche on. Been extremely generous, giving me books for other giveaways, and he gave me a whole bunch I'm going to show you today. But yeah, this is Batman The Killing Joke, one of the most famous standalone stories ever for Batman and the Joker, written by, of course, Alan Moore. Fantastic story. I already own a copy of this. This is the 5th printing, so not a super expensive book, and it's not in the best shape. It's a reader copy, but that's totally fine because you should absolutely read this if you haven't already. It's a fantastic Joker story. Not exactly safe for kids, mature audiences only, but a fantastic storyline worthy of anyone's collection. Staying on the Alan Moore train, we have V for Vendetta #1, another one of the most famous storylines by Alan Moore, of course, adapted into a well-known movie. Yep, this is the first issue. This is the very first printing, so very cool book here. And we have this one. This makes me laugh. This is Saga of the Swamp Thing #1. When I think of Alan Moore, I think of the Swamp Thing. So this is #1 of Volume 2. However, he didn't actually write this one, which kind of makes me laugh. He started writing a little bit later, but still, this is a key issue. It's the first in a volume. Thought I would throw it in. And then lastly, this is not a DC book. It's a book I talk about all the time, though. Heroes for Hope, starring the X-Men. Talked about this book a billion times. This was a special book put together by Marvel in the 80s for famine relief in East Africa. And everyone in the 80s worked on this book. It's just a who's who of everyone in the industry, including Alan Moore, who didn't usually work on Marvel books. I have my copy of this that I'm having signed by as many people as possible that worked on it. I always say in all my videos, I talk about it, it's a worthy addition to any collection. So I'm just going to throw one of these into every single one of these lots. All right, simple as that. Every single one of these prizes is going to get a Heroes for Hope starring the X-Men. So if you want to win this prize right here, after your comment, write #6000. All right. So next up, we have the 7,000 subscriber giveaway, and this is the Spider-Man lot for all of you webheads. Let's start with another donation by His and Her Comics. This is Amazing Spider-Man #375. It's from 1992. Amazing Mark Bagley cover showing Spider-Man fighting Venom, and this is the 30th anniversary of Amazing Spider-Man. As Nishan told me, he's like, people love this book. It always sells great, so we thought it would be a very good giveaway comic book. So very cool 90s goodness right there. And then I have a couple of key issues, first appearances of villains in Spider-Man's Rogue Gallery. First, we have Web of Spider-Man #36, first appearance of the villain Tombstone, kind of a cool gangster villain. And then we have this one. This one's been in the news quite a bit lately because of Into the Spider-Verse. This is the Spectacular Spider-Man #98, and this is the first full appearance of the character The Spot. Those of you who watch Into the Spider-Verse Volume 2 know exactly who that is. This is his first appearance here. And of course, like I said, throwing in a Heroes for Hope X-Men. So if you want to win the Spider-Man lot, after your comment, you're going to write #7000. So next up, we have the 8,000 subscriber prize, the one that I'm calling the X-Men prize. For obvious reasons, you'll see in a second. And I love these books. You guys know I'm a huge X-Men fan. I love all of these. And the first one is, once again, another donation. This is X-Men Adventures #1. This is the first issue of a comic series based off of the 90s cartoon that we all knew and loved in the 90s. And of course, Disney Marvel is doing a sort of reboot or a continuation of the storyline soon on Disney+. But this is the comic adaptation of that cartoon. And this was donated by a friend of mine, Josh from Sasquatch Comics, a local New England guy out of Vermont. Thank you so much, Josh. I think I showed this in a previous video when he gave it to me. So very cool book right there. Love that cartoon. Next up, we have this, X-Men #4. This is part of the Jim Lee run. This is the first appearance of the villain Omega Red. You see his tentacles there. I recently got a better copy of this from His and Her Comics. This is actually my childhood copy. It does have a couple of very minor color breaks in it. Yeah, I was very careful with my comic books, so I don't know what happened there. But yeah, since I have another copy, I'm happy to throw this one in. And then finally, and here's a great one, it's this. This is X-Men Annual #14 from 1990, and this, of course, is known as the kind of sort of first appearance of Gambit in cameo form. I'm not going to get into the whole thing right now, but there's a big debate over whether this is his first appearance or Uncanny X-Men #266. The reason why there's any debate at all is because this came out a few weeks earlier than X-Men 266, even though it actually takes place chronologically after, so it's sort of just like a publishing error. But because of that, some people consider this the first full appearance of Gambit. This is a great comic book. I did get this at His and Her Comics, and I decided to fork over some cash for it, just to give it to one of you. Very cool comic book here. I love Gambit. And of course, I'm throwing in a Heroes for Hope X-Men, so if you want to win the awesome X-Men lot, after your comment, you're going to put #8000 if you want to win it. Very cool. So finally, we come to the 9,000 subscriber giveaway. And guys, when I started putting these books together to do this video, I was several hundred away from 9,000. And then, of course, while I'm putting it together, I hit it. I just went back into my collection and grabbed some books I thought you guys would think is cool. This completely random, by the way. First one we have is this one. This is Wolverine #27, very famous Jim Lee cover. A lot of people love this cover because it was featured on the Wolverine video game, and there were lots of ads for the video game on the backs of comic books in the 90s. I love this cover. I think it's fantastic. But what's a little extra special about this one is I had this one cleaned and pressed by Jeff at Comic Spa. So it's in fantastic shape. Whoever wins this, if you want to like submit it to CGC, or if Jim Lee ever does like a signing, it would be a great book, a great candidate to send in, knowing it's already been cleaned and pressed and it's in immaculate shape. So very cool comic book there. Next up, we have The Punisher #1. This is the first issue of the Punisher's own solo series. Yeah, I ended up getting this one at a flea market. It's in pretty good shape. It's infamous because Punisher has 6 fingers on his hand in the cover. Don't have time to get into it now. Look it up for yourself. But yeah, The Punisher #1, pretty well-known issue. If you're a Punisher fan, you might want to be going for this one. Throwing that one in. And then the last book is this. This is Black Panther #1 from the late 90s. And this is the first appearance of lots of characters from the movies. First appearance of Okoye and the Dora Milaje. First appearance of Zuri. All these characters we know and love from the Black Panther MCU movies. A lot of them get their first appearances in this book. I think the character of Okoye is going to be getting her own series maybe on Disney Plus. For those of you who like spec, this is a pretty good book. Yeah, it's in pretty good shape. It does have one small blemish on the back, but I still think it's an awesome book to have. Awesome looking cover, and very happy to donate this to one of you guys. And of course, another Heroes for Hope is going in there. So if you want to win this lot of sort of random goodies, you're going to put hashtag 9000 at the end of your comment. So there you go, guys. 16 books, 4 prizes to give away to 4 lucky subscribers out there. Like I said, guys, I wish I could do more. I wish I could give you more, but at least on this birthday of Lunch Money Comics, I can give some presents to some of you as a way to say thanks. Also, I did not expect to get a birthday present myself. Thank you so much to Brandon at Mon Comics and Jeff at Comic Spot for this wonderful gift. I think, honestly, of everything in that box, these letters are the most special. I'm going to put them somewhere really special in my collection. Just so nice. Guys, I am so blessed to be part of this community and of this hobby. I hope you all realize what a great community comic collectors actually are. I mean, just everyone I've met has been fantastic. Just be proud to be part of that. I know I'm proud to be a part of it. Yeah, definitely head on over to Brandon's channel. Sub him up. He's fantastic. If you're looking for the best in cleaning and pressing books, check out Jeff at Comic Spa. If you're ever in Western Massachusetts or Western New England, definitely visit Nishon at His and Her Comics to say thanks for all the books he's donated. And yeah, listen, even if you don't want to win these books, guys, if you're a longtime viewer and have never subscribed, head on down, hit that subscription button, because, and I've talked about this recently, we also have a 10,000 subscriber giveaway. This Amazing Spider-Man number 298, first appearance of Eddie Brock, signed by Todd McFarlane himself. I'm giving this away at 10,000 subscribers. Help us to get there if you haven't already. From the bottom of my heart, guys, thank you so very much. Please keep hunting for comic books in strange and unusual places as well. I love you all. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time.